Well, it happened again. I saw a film that was so horrible that it completely knocked the senses out of me. Only this time, it left me in a comatose state. Whenever will I learn?
What do you think, Uncle Yo?
I don't know, Brentalfloss. Why would we bother using our names with each other if we already know each other?
Oh, you stupid dumbasses! It's to introduce who you are!
Why? We were both in your reviews.
It's in case people forgot.
Forgot?
Oh, that is beyond the door. We did the Ponyo review.
Shut
Shut up! Try it again.
Whatever. What do you think, Uncle Yo?
I don't know. You? Have you ever seen the Nostalgia Critic like this?
Well, once, when you watched Baby Geniuses.
My God, you don't think that... Get the laptop!
Oh. Baby Geniuses 2 was downloaded on Netflix.
Damn fool!
Damn fool.
He's got a panel in an hour. We gotta wake him up.
Yeah. Hey,
come on,
come on, let's
critic,
go.
Critic,
Wake up.
Critic,
Hello.
I knew they were trying to help, but it was no use, for I had seen that which could not be unseen, once it had been seen by unseen eyes. I had witnessed Baby Geniuses 2. The idea alone that the first film was popular enough to warrant a sequel is shocking enough, but the fact that it has an even bigger budget, more effects, and the balls to actually continue a story that nobody outside the disturbed mental ward would want to see continued is enough to send anyone into a comatose state. God help me.
This isn't working. Try shock therapy.
Oh, okay. Critic! 50 Shades of Grey was meant to be taken seriously!
What?
Well, that would shock me.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't legitimately know that.
You want to go read it again?
That'd be very pleasant.
All right, here we
Let's
go.
do that.
The memory of the film is far too painful. It all began with, big shock, babies. Except this time around, they actually got some babies that lip-sync their lines okay.
In English, Finkelman. It's your mom and dad. Act like babies.
Some of them.
What kind of milk you drinking? Communicate to both babies and adults.
This kid's effects are so good they almost rival the Super Bowl babies.
Archie's father could give Archie a bit more attention.
And yes, they both are great promotions for violence against children.
Sit back and let me tell you another story about the legendary Kahuna and his archenemy, Captain Kane.
The kids decide to talk about the history of a secret agent called Kahuna.
I'm scared, Peter. Name's Kahuna, and I'm busting you kids out of here.
You might be thinking the Disney Channel is airing their production of Schindler's List, but this is the backstory of Kahuna, who I guess has a history of saving children from evil research at the Berlin Wall. Because, yeah, most young viewers of this movie know exactly what the Berlin Wall is. And if not, isn't this a great way to learn about it?
Showtime.
Apparently Kahuna had the power to transform into a 21-year-old stunt gymnast and knew how to rescue children from a bizarre celebrity cameo.
It's wonderful what you do here, saving orphan children.
I have a soft spot for the gentle laughter of babies.
That's John Voight, by the way. I think they got him because Christopher Walken wasn't available. His silliness levels reached spectacular heights of awkward.
I don't want this umbrella. Seal off the compound. I hope. To our work.
Ever wonder what Captain Kangaroo would be like as a Nazi? Of course you haven't, but the director feels the need to force this freaky reality on you anyway.
Don't I get one last word?
That's a little cliche, but I'm intrigued. What is your last word?
Duck.
Duck is your last word.
Shouldn't that technically have been jump instead of duck? Oh well, it's not like the henchmen would do it anyway. Most of their job consists of standing perfectly still while a little person does wire work that even Pinocchio would call dated.
One day, I will destroy you if it takes me forever.
Yes, I will destroy your ever-proportionate changing body.
That's exactly how the Kahuna saved the orphans of East Berlin.
Of course, just as they were talking about this guy, he appears years later at their daycare, about to promote a new television network. This is a network called Kids Everywhere, which I assume is a just as equally evil spin-off of 4Kids.
It's my greatest pleasure to announce the launch of the largest children's network in television history.
Should somebody tell him they're no longer holding auditions for the Carol Burnett show?
You know who I see playing that role? Queen Latifah.
Yeah, I always imagined Angela Lansbury.
Look, we're getting off topic. Critic, look, give us a sign if you can hear us.
It's no use, dude. He's gone too far. I think, in a situation like this, he would have wanted us to go through his wallet.
Wait. Look, maybe he can communicate with us. Critic, if you can hear us, blink. All right, he can hear us.
He can hear us.
Woo!
Do you know what this calls for?
What's that?
More 50 Shades of Grey.
All right. Okay, done that. Done that. Done that. Want to do that.
I have a St. Bernard if you want to borrow it.
While those two horny bastards read their Twilight porn, I continue to remember the horror of my viewing. We're introduced to this teenage girl who looks after the babies at the daycare. And, like most attractive girls at that age, she has a heck of a time getting a boyfriend.
Okay, here goes. I know it's usually the guy who asks.
Hey, it's cool. I was gonna ask you anyway. I felt kind of weird asking you to tutor me, so glad you asked me first.
Tutor you. Right.
And, like most attractive boys at that age, he is far more interested in her brain than her smoking hot body. When will the genders learn?
Poor Archie. Yeah.
Oh look, the babies are trying to be entertaining again. Oh, how they fail.
I just mean, well, that you quite possibly have aggression issues. Speak for yourself, brain boy.
To this movie's credit, this is possibly the best form of birth control available. I mean, if for any other reason not to give these people more babies to keep making sequels.
Quit the jabbering, give me the bloom disc.
So the bad guy's disc, with all their evil plans on it, of course, falls into the baby's carriage. Rather than do something crazy like, oh, I don't know, ask the teenage girl for it back, they decide to scare the shit out of her, chasing her down in their always terrifying black minivans.
Leave us alone!
But Kahuna appears, and don't freak out, they do explain why he doesn't age. And we partake in him beating up the world's prettiest henchman. You know, it's funny. At times, the effects in this movie are actually pretty good. And then other times they look like stop-motion Hot Wheels.
Who are you? What are you?
Come with me if you want to live.
No time for small talk. We got a boogie, little lady.
Boogie?
Wow, I've been saved by a baby. This is an early low in my relatively young life.
He takes them to the Hollywood sign, which it turns out is actually a secret location for Willy Wonka's Batcave.
There is no life I know to compare with Batman.
Want to see my pets? Yeah, cool.
I think by this point the girl has most likely accepted the fact that she's been gassed. How else could she explain scenes like this?
Hello, miss. Care to give the old imagination station a go?
Nice. Those British accent lessons from Dick Van Dyke really paid off. But at least there is one real person in the cave. A boy, coincidentally the same age as our nanny here.
How did you meet Kahuna?
Well, he found me in a Russian orphanage. I was alone and scared. My father died and no one knew where my mom was.
Why was he there?
Oh, he was helping match up parents with their lost kids. He tried but could never find my mom.
Don't try to give a valid performance, pal. We both know neither of us are putting this on our resumes.
Get a load of this. Apparently there's a machine that exposes every baby's superpower.
Archie, your hidden strength is the power of your mind. You are Brain Boy. Quentin Finkelman, you have more strength than you realize. You are Baby Courageous. Rosita, as tough as you are, you have a vast depth of love. You are Cupid Girl.
Oh, bullshit! It's bad enough that she's exposed to the Ma-T syndrome, but it's the girl with the useless emotional power while the boys get all the ones that actually do something. For that matter, am I the only one that finds it interesting that the gifts being given in this movie are brains, heart, and courage?
A brain, a heart,
a home.
The knife.
I'm not sure if that's supposed to make the black kid Dorothy or Toto, but either way, I'd be insulted. Speaking of the insulting use of black people.
Mr. K. Oh, finally. Listen, I went to the graduation. Remember the kids we got from Thailand?
Yeah?
My goodness.
I'd make a joke about how phoned in this cameo is, but it's literally phoned in. She makes the appearance via camera phone. God, I haven't seen a Whoopi Goldberg call-in cameo this bad since the other Whoopi Goldberg call-in cameo she did. Let's be fair, though, she probably had a lot more important projects she needed to attend to. Like the filming of Theodore fucking Rex. Actually, it turns out that Kahuna has connections that go even higher up than the View cast members.
We have the president online.
Can you hold for a moment, Mr. President?
You know, I would believe at the time that the president was getting his advice from a toddler. Not too far-fetched.
Oh crap, the critic's got a panel in like 2 minutes! Stop that!
We can't let him wander around the hallways like this! What are we gonna do?
Oh, and that's why I showed my balls in Suburban Nights, and once again I deeply apologize for it. Any other questions?
What's your favorite review?
Oh, that would have to be the Moulin Rouge review with that fantastic Brantorfloss cameo. That man is a genius, you know.
Although, on second thought, I do remember having much more fun directing my Ponyo review with that wonderful anime comedian Uncle Yo, that devilish handsome deviant who looks better in a tie than I do, I should point out.
No, thinking more clearly about it, I think it is definitely Moulin Rouge.
But when I get less retarded momentarily, I remember Ponyo was a far better review, better video, looked much better in Does that answer your question?
No?
Tough!
Here's something strange. Believe it or not, they actually give a very detailed backstory to the Kahuna kid. Apparently he drank a formula that his father created that made him super strong and stopped the aging process. Even though clearly he aged a little from the last time we saw him.
Hey man, your brother gives everybody the creeps. He's a freak.
Again, just like most boys growing up, they totally hate the kid who's incredible at sports and has unbelievable strength. This movie so captures the voice of our complex youth. Like how apparently they fall in love despite having known each other for less than 24 hours. Well, I've always said relationships are more shallow the closer you get to Hollywood. Hey, come on, it's better than half the jokes they're putting out. But at least we do figure out Captain K-Guru's evil plan.
Hold it there, Zach. That box hooked up to the TV is giving enough power to light up Times Square. If this man wants to conquer the world, what better way than television?
Well, there's the internet, water, controlling food supply, air. Actually, just about everything would be more effective than television. In fact, I think people would actually rather watch air than television nowadays. What was your next big plan? Hypnotizing people through MySpace? But during the big premiere of Kermit the Frog and the Jazz Singer, Kahuna tries to stop them from airing it to the world.
It's all right, ladies and gentlemen.
It's okay, I just murdered an innocent child. I have money and an accent, so that's fine.
But our heroes tried to tell them what's really going on.
Biscayne, there's some kind of mind control thing on the show.
Yo, Bill, bad.
Oh, no wonder Angelina Jolie is so messed up. If I had to see that through my childhood, I probably have some issues too. So they put Kahuna in a cage that he could easily just walk out of, but he uses his devices that the henchmen left beside him to break out. God, haven't these morons ever watched Batman? You have to leave the utility belt in another room. Come on, this is comic book logic. Kahuna makes it back to the Scrumdiddlyumptious cave, but the villains follow.
I want the disc.
You want it? Come and get it.
Luckily, Kahuna has the ability to make the disc fly. What? You missed the part where he said he could do that? So did everybody. But the babies activate their superpower baby abilities. God, I hate verbalizing this. And they use their special powers to defeat the henchmen. Heck, we even see what Cupid Girl does.
Gotcha. You can run, but you can't hide from Cupid Girl.
I love you, man. Give me a hug, you big love.
So Cupid Girl's job is to spread the gay, all while forcing them into giant man piles. I guess they're right. Being gay is not a choice. It's a small girl with a magic arrow that forces you against your will to make love to the same gender. Now that's an interesting development, I have to say. But Captain Crowder-Roo still manages to get the disc and uses it to start the countdown of hypnotizing people.
I did it! I did it! I did it!
And we also learn his true identity.
What happened back then wasn't my fault. You don't have to keep hating me for it.
You think I went to all this trouble just because Dad liked you best?
He was actually the older brother of Kahuna. And I'm not gonna lie, that's actually a pretty good twist. I'm not even joking. I really didn't see that coming. And it makes total logical sense. I mean, for baby geniuses too. What doesn't make sense is this.
Kids, now! Okay, kids.
And stop them. 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 And, you know, I'm beginning to see why this lazy bastard loses so much. He never puts any goddamn effort into it. God, don't ask this guy to design any motivational posters soon.
You can do it! Unless you have to climb stairs, in which case you cannot.
So they just rewire the programming to hypnotize people to be nice to each other, but Berlin Whack here has a plan to use the machine to turn him into a super baby, forgetting that it would turn him into a baby.
Oh no, I hate babies.
God damn it, Donald Duck was a better Nazi than you!
I'm Bill Biscayne, and if you touch my diapers, you're fired.
So it seems like all the dilemmas in this movie have finally been resolved. Except for one that we didn't even know was supposed to be resolved.
There's somebody here to see you.
Are you my mother? Mom, this is my friend, Kylie.
Hi.
Kylie, this is my mother.
Where was she? How did they find her? What's her backstory? Why was she gone? How come she has the soulless eyes of an actress who was just shoved out at the last minute? All these questions and more will not be answered by the end of this horrible, god-awful shitstorm of a movie. By God, this film is awful.
All right, if this doesn't wake him up, nothing else will. Game on. 1, 2.
But the ironic thing about Baby Geniuses 2 is that as bad as the film is, it's still not as horrible as the first one.
What?
Oh, it's bad. Horrendous even. But at the very least there was an attempt to put effort into it. I mean, at least there's some imagination. At least there's some backstory. At least John Voight can get an uncomfortable laugh based on the surrealness of his performance. Which is actually much more than I can say for the first one. It's a terrible movie, but when it comes to comparing the two, this one isn't quite as painful.
So wait, why would it put you in a comatose state?
It didn't. I just knew if I convinced the hotel there was more than one person in this room, I'd get a better rate.
You wasted our Saturday!
Yeah, what are 3 grown men, 2 of them from New York, going to do in a hotel room with a king-size bed? Done that. Done that. I don't know what that is.
You're holding it the wrong way. You have to... Yeah.
Oh, that is nasty!
It's a classic.
Hey guys, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Team 4-Star. No, we're just 3 grown men sitting on a king-size bed reading 50 Shades of Grey. You want to join us?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Awesome, come on!
Right.
Always room for more.
Yeah.
Do they ever actually have sex in this?
I don't know.
Hey, you know what'd be fun? Let's read this in different voices. Mickey Mouse?
Yes, do it.
Please, I beg! The crop bites my buttocks! Ow! Please, what? Please, sir, I whimper. He smiles at me triumphant!
Who's got a voice? Who's got a voice?
I can do Droopy Dog.
Droopy Dog! Do Droopy, yeah.
What's this?
He holds the crop up so I can see it. Yes, sir. Are you sure? He looks sternly at me. Yes, please, sir. Close your eyes.
Who's got our voice? Who's got our voice?
I got Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson!
I shut the room out, him out, the crop out. He'd start small, biting licks from the crop against my belly once more. Moving down, soft, small licks against my clitoris. Once, twice, 3 times again and again.
3 times a lady.
Until finally, that's it. I can take no more, and I come.
Who's got our voice? Who's got our voice? The Monarch! Monarch! Let's do Monarch!
And I come, gloriously, loudly, sagging weakly. His arms curl around me as my legs turn into jelly. I dissolve into his embrace, my head against his chest, and I move, and I'm mewling, and I'm whimpering as the aftershocks of my orgasm consume me.
That's great, that's great. Who's got ours? Who's got ours?
I'll do one. How about Zoidberg?
Zoidberg! Yes,
Why not Zoidberg?
Okay.
He lifts me, and suddenly we're moving. My arms still tethered above my head, and I can feel the cool wood of the polished cross of my back, and he's popping the button on his jeans. He puts me down against the cross briefly, he does, while he slides on a condom, and then his hands wrap around my thighs as he lifts me again.
Awesome! Okay, there's only one way to end this, guys. I think we need Nicolas Cage.
Where are we?
We're at top of the page.
All right.
Lift your legs, baby. Wrap them around me. I feel so weak. But I do as he says as he wraps my leg around his hips.
This is better than Con Air.
With one thrust, he's inside me. And I cry out again, listening to his muffled moan at my ear. My arms.
This is the best party ever.
Some hand sanitizer.
Yeah, I'm gonna go jerk off.
That's great.
I call the bathroom.
I called the bathroom first!
What's Zelda? What's wrong with that?
Cross the streams!
Oh, you're coming with us, buddy. You're not.
I'm Bill Biscayne, and if you touch my diapers, you're fired.